A dreaded confrontation. History coiled in its locks. Pulse captures every still moment the hands of it tick. Existence revolves. Existence of his cold scales and wrinkles on his pale face. Him do this grin. Him beard descend. Be roots like magnolia. Cold stare like him put a root on you. Him cold, I swear. Him wear history like cloak of Jesus or Muhammad or Mahatma. Him told me, tear the tears from your soul, cause the future have no place for the meek. So dry your eyes for eternity and tattoo 2 raindrops on the corners of your eye on your cheek. Reverence me, fear me. You will never be granted the gift to dream immortality until your living becomes ageless, till you recondition your mind to no longer count. The moment that you witness the sun dawn up, you wait for it to dust down. Son, you anticipate death. Take a tally of your breaths and document how many of them were wasted. Listen to your lungs. Listen to hydrogen. Listen to oxygen. Analyze the wind. Mortal man, be done pretending and release what you assume to be understanding. And then you can begin to be alive forever. At procreation, we start counting, creating. At first composition, art feels cocoon, like caterpillar is womb, like fetus is a collection of gases, a mass of unexplained astral, something that science explains, gives facts, then theory, then oops, then we thought, no sorry. Wait. No sorry? See, we bought in, subscribed, sought after, bought telescope, taught song, gave quiz, then test, then major, plus minor, no Pluto. Wait. What? No Pluto? I digress. Forgive me. Art, the artist, recreator, dreamer, visionary, social type indicator, orangish, reddish, mixed with umbilical cord, attached by experience, existence, embryo. First introduced, process. We become birthed. We give art time, measure, tempos, chronos, count, ora, tempo, jaman, shitian. Chikan, tide, wakati, vremia, measurement, measure it. We ascertain the it, her, his, size or amount, degree of by using instrument or standard of units, or by comparing it with an object of known size. We consider him carefully, plan a course of action to achieve his or her purpose, be of, estimate or assess his or her or its extent, quality or value, judge a him or her or it by comparing. We scrutinize art keenly, consider them carefully, legislate them, punishment or retribution thereof, a system of scale, a particular amount of something, certain quality or degree, rhythm of a piece of poetry or piece of music. We measure her, limit her. We give him 9 months to be alive. Then miraculously, life begins. Wait, life continues. Wait, life is governed. Art is scrutinized, compared to another miracle of known countenance. We place side by side collections of gases, masses of unexplained existence. Wait. How can you measure us when Pluto doesn't exist. Remember? He sits around age 6. And doesn't speak much. She spends much of her life quiet. So doctors are called, psychiatrists. He draws what he sees, colors. She hears symphonies in traffic, motors and horns blown, or harmony in 3-part when pigeons croon. He sees harmony too. Ask what him want to do, be at maturity. Baby states he wants to grow from sapling to be a tall pine. Parents embarrassed say Art lost his mind. Diagnose, medicine prescribed. He refuses, fights with crayon. She refuses, fights with fists, sings louder, more beautifully, brighter illuminates. Darkness wants to mute Art. She hums now, in corners while she rocks. She is 6. She told monsters don't exist. But shit, we didn't think that Pluto did either. It, 6-foot something shadow, changed her perception of full moons. It breathed over her. It snarled, salivated, twilight. Streetlights were blankets it hid under. She bled the first time, and second, and third. Mother scalded her for lies, and wet sheets claimed pee-pee the linen. She befriended razors, made measures appear on forearm, so it can be with her forever. Music, just in case. He drew more trees. Pine spoke to him. Father and mother and siblings and peers called him different, weird, claimed oppressed, bipolar, ADHD, anxiety, prescribed antis, sertraline, Zoloft, Xanax, Risperdal, Abilify, Zyprexa, Adderall, Ritalin, Concerta, side effect, anxiety, side effect, agitated, irritable, insomnia, footnote, suicide, side effect. He gained weight rapidly, increased appetite. Bullies poke fun. He hated mirrors. He poked back. Fat boy lost sleep. Around 10, 11, 15, 16, more irritable, side effect, agitated, irritable, teacher, educator, mentor, kicked him out, suspended, expelled, labeled nuisance, kept sketchbook, drew pictures, wrote pictures. He wrote love poems. Outcast, exiled, east side. She wept and bled, this time from her wrist. Letter read she needed a muse. Death where time doesn't exist. West side, he wept, consumed an entire fistful, Letter read, he needed a muse. Death where measurement doesn't exist. But here's where they meet. They met. Souls or spirits or entities minus skin or whatever theory we suggest in some astro-metaphysical realm, dream that's real for their reality, they kiss. Young love, or whatever theory we suggest. He recite his favorite piece come over him when she sing favorite ballad she wrote for peace come over her. They embrace. Tight. And then bolts of it. Lightning, jolts of life. We have a pulse, panic and relief, and scrubs and halogen bulbs, and we almost lost you both. Tears and streams, and they two sides of poles. He create rivers and streams, her simultaneously waterfalls. They, because of near death, most alive than ever, because of out of time or whatever theory we suggest. Most now more than ever, they disregard measurement. No scale ascertains to compare to another of known size. They exist in and of themselves as entities in and of itself. They mature. Their silence retains as much volume as guns and rose petals dropping. No, as much volume, 105 decibel Guns N' Roses rocking. Their presence is comfortably uncomfortable. Energy precedes them, mature and knowing their uniqueness is not for them, but for the curators of this gallery that we call Earth, or whatever theory we suggest. In this realm of understanding, measurement has never been inhaled. It has never existed. He, she, we, them are oblivious to the idea, yet we find comfort in the use of winged sign language. The bird. Let's go, bird. Art grows to be entities where architecture is constructed, inspired by her to house her, give her shelter. He is offered space in volumes of lined pages where the so-called masters of canon go to die. But we will never die. See, death doesn't exist, and neither does time. The artist ascends above the notion that the sun rises and falls. How can something so great have a beginning and an end? So how can we? And if it be, how do we measure the contradiction? Immortality fuels the composition of us grandiose souls. Busy intersection. Metropolis. They cross paths, bump shoulders while looking down. Her humming chords that give her peace for him, scribbles notes that cadence in his walk for her. He drops pages. She drops meter. They lock eyes. They've seen each other before. Kissed each other before. They've embraced tight, like they've died together before. Deja vu, perhaps. They nearly go blind gazing at one another. Sense of hearing lost too. Traffic gridlocked. She hears symphonies and motors and horns blown in three-part harmony when pigeons croon. He hears harmony too. He plants roots deep. And here, life pauses. Life is altered. Nothing exists now except for everything, and nothing exists except for everything that is now. Presentisticism or future or whatever theory we suggest. Moments we measure. Art. The artist. We are immortal.